Hey everyone, recently I was going through some of the research reports on Indian liquor sector that is also known as alco beverage segment and found that the Indian alco beverage market is the third largest market in the world after China and Russia. It is also the second largest spirit market in the world. Not only that, India is one of the fastest growing alcoholic beverage market in the world. Just to give you an idea, in 2005, the per capita alcohol consumption in India was 1.3 liter, that got increased to 2.7 liter in 2010 and now at 3.1 liter by 2022. Still, it is much below the world average of 4.9 liter. So in today's video, I want to share my latest research on the opportunities and challenges in the Indian liquor market and top players in the sector. Interestingly, there are various categories within alcohol market that include your spirits, beer and wine, and there are various listed companies that operate in each division. So look at the overall market dynamics that include various product segment, distribution structure, key growth driver and major challenges. Then we'll look at the top listed players across categories. But before we begin, please note that this video is not to promote liquor consumption. The idea is to identify opportunities in this fast growing segment and benefit as an investor. Also, it is not a buy or sell call. The idea is to share my knowledge and I expect you to do your research before investing your money. Alright, let's get started. So broadly, there are three major categories within alcoholic beverages: spirit, beer and wine. As of 2022, spirit contributed 44% in total market, beer with 33% contribution and wine contributed 14%. Although within India, 89.4% of alcohol consumption comes from spirit. Beer has another 10.5% market and wine is negligible as of today. Beer consumption is highest in Germany and US, where wine consumption is highest in France and UK. Now within India, spirit sector can be further subdivided into two categories: IMIL, that is Indian made Indian liquor, and IMFL, that is Indian made foreign liquor. The key difference between IMFL and IMIL is that IMIL is basically your desi daru that caters to lower income category, and IMFL includes your whiskey, rum, brandy, vodka and so on. Within IMFL, Indian market is dominated by whiskey with 63% share, followed with brandy and rum. This slide shows the clear differentiation between IMIL and IMFL. IMIL target audience is socio-economic D segment that include 40% of the population. IMFL is for more influenced segment. IMIL is flavored alcoholic drink influenced by regional taste preference, where popular flavors are fruit flavor, masala flavor, etc. Whereas within IMFL, whiskey is more dominant in North India, rum in East India, and South India prefer brandy and rum. IMIL has lower level of purity as compared to IMFL, that is high purity. Minimum retail price for IMIL category is 100 to 200 rupee for 750 ml, whereas IMFL minimum price is 600 rupee for 650 ml. One key factor here is brand loyalty, which is low in IMIL segment, and there is more control of distributor and customers are price sensitive, where IMFL has higher brand loyalty and more influenced customer, so less price sensitive. Now this is a very tricky part. Alcohol distribution is highly regulated in India, with each state having its own model of distribution. Although some states do not control the distribution, it is completely in hands of private players. So this slide gives a good picture of various models across states. There are mainly three distribution channels. First is distributor model that include company, distributor, retail. Here both retail and distributor are private players, so no state control. It includes states like Maharashtra, Goa, Assam. Then second is corporation model. Here there are three sub-models. In type 1, retail is private, but there is a corporation that buys from the company and sells to retailer. Here please note that corporation is state government owned entity with monopoly of distribution to retailer. It includes Rajasthan and Karnataka. In type 2, corporation warehouses hold company stock. Retailer lifts stock from the corporation and then invoices are raised based on retail lifting. This model is in MP. Then type 3 is where retail is also owned by corporation. That's in Tamil Nadu. Then third is wholesale model, where in type 1 both retail and wholesale are private and large part of retail and wholesale has common ownership. Here multiple competing businesses are controlling chunks of wholesale and retail. Clearly companies that operate in region of Maharashtra, Goa are less regulated as compared to states like Tamil Nadu, MP, Rajasthan. Now if you look at the growth drivers, first growth driver is demographic dividend. Today the biggest reason why India is one of the world's largest consumption market is because of its 145 crore population. And that too, the key differentiator is 50% population in India is still below the age of 25 years, and India's median age is 29 years. This makes India the youngest country in the world. As a result, if you look at the alcohol industry, India is adding 13 million drinking age adults every year, out of which 3 to 5 million people approximately end up consuming alcohol in some form. That is one of the biggest reasons why Indian alcohol industry is growing at the fastest rate in the world. Then second driver is rapid urbanization. This is again a big trend where people are moving from rural part of the country to urban cities for better job opportunities and better lifestyle. There is a clear trend of increase in white collar jobs in India and hence increase in income as well as spending level. Moreover, there is a cultural shift in India. Earlier drinking was considered a big taboo, but today there is a growing acceptance for social drinking. Clearly there is a change in lifestyle with greater preference for premium food and drink experiences. In fact, with the rise of women participation in workforce, there is a growing trend of social acceptance for drinking among women. Then third biggest trend is premiumization. This is by far the biggest growth driver for alcohol companies in India. Try to understand this. Growth in alcohol sector is driven by two factors. First is volume growth, which is the increase in alcohol consumption in terms of volume. And second is value growth, which is the increase in prices. Initially in India, the major growth came from volume. But today, along with volume, the major growth is from the premiumization trend where the market has transitioned to premium segments. Today, people like to experience premium products and they are willing to pay a good price for it. That is the reason the whiskey market in India is witnessing the launch of single malt whiskies that are available at higher price point. Likewise, every segment is witnessing the launch of premium products in the category. In fact, this is one theme which is driving many sectors. For instance, within auto industry, there is a shift from hatchback car to SUV car. Again, premiumization theme. Likewise, there is a shift from fan to AC, Splendor to Bullet, then local bread to premium bread, then from local clothing market to shopping in mall, local jeweler to branded gold retail chain. In short, branded stuffs are getting very popular. Likewise, the 5-star hotel in India are completely packed these days. And we have seen how the share price of Indian Hotel, which is the parent company of Taj Hotels, has created wealth. So premiumization is a multi-decade theme for India. In fact, I have also added a few stocks in my portfolio based on this premiumization theme. I share my top conviction ideas in my weekly video series that include one exclusive video every week. Plus, I track more than 200 quarter results in an Excel sheet that really helps in identifying great investment opportunities. For more details, you can explore my website or the join button of this YouTube channel. Then fourth driver is innovative marketing tactics. Please note that the marketing of alcohol is banned in India. However, the rise of digital platforms along with social media marketing and influencer marketing have become the prominent channel for marketing of alcohol companies. Along with various channels like your music festival, events, sport tournament that helps in increasing the brand awareness. On top of this, there's a surrogate marketing where the brand extend the name into say a mineral water, soda or other category just to create top of the mind recall for the brand. Then fifth growth driver is government support. While we can always debate on the side effects of drinking alcohol, the fact is that it is a massive source of revenue for the government. That's where government also allowed the expansion of alcohol market with favorable excise policy, then setup of attractive retail outlet at prominent location including malls and airport. This is again a growth driver for the sector. Now let us move on to the key challenges. So first major challenge for the industry is regulatory barrier. Indian alcohol beverage industry operates in a highly regulated environment with state-specific policies which impact industry volume. For instance, licenses are required to produce, bottle, store, distribute or retail alcohol beverage products. Distribution of alcohol beverage is also highly controlled both at wholesale and retail levels. And there are high interstate duties that compel Indian spirit producer to set up their own manufacturing unit or engage with a third-party manufacturer in every state. All these factors also serves as a potential entry barrier for new players. Then second challenge is strong dominance of incumbent player. Since this sector requires a good relationship with regulators along with distributors and retailers, the existing players in the market dominate the industry that leaves a very small room for new players to enter into this business. Then third challenge is it requires very strong branding. It is not just about setting up alcohol manufacturing plant or setting up the distribution. Alcohol beverage sector is highly dominated by top brands across categories. It is just like any FMCG sector where top brands with high brand awareness among retail customers and top of the mind recall wins the race. Similarly, in IMFL segment, people have specific brand preference across categories like whiskey, rum, vodka, beer and so on. Plus, top brands get premium shelf space in the retail outlet. Brands that have less awareness do not even get a shelf space in retail outlet, because ultimately branding is the most important aspect in alcohol beverage category, which is extremely difficult to build. All these factors are actually very positive for existing players in the category, where few specific players dominate the entire sector. Now let us look at the top listed players in the Indian alcohol beverage category. So Indian alcohol beverage industry can be divided into two segments: pure play alcohol beverage players and mixed players, where they have alcohol beverage as one of their business segment. Let's first look at the pure play companies. Within that, we can break it into three categories. Spirit segment, where top listed players include United Spirit, Radico Khaitan, Elite Blender, and you also have Tilak Nagar Industry. Here, United Spirit is an undisputed leader in Indian spirit market with around 25% market share. Some of its top brands are McDowell's, Johnnie Walker, Royal Challenge, Signature, Black Dog, Smirnoff, Captain Morgan, Antiquity, and so on. Then Radico Khaitan has been one of the top emerging players in the segment that has made a strong presence with top brands like 8pm, Rampur, Magic Moments, Royal Ranthambore, and so on. Then Elite Blender is a recently listed company. It got listed a couple of months ago. It's a leading player in Indian liquor industry with brands like Officer's Choice Whiskey and Sterling Reserve. Then Tilak Nagar Industries, maker of India's highest selling premium brandy, Mansion House. Our company has struggled badly in the past, but it has been a turnaround story since 2020. Although it is more of a manufacturer of brandy for other companies than having its own product. Then within beer segment, you have United Breweries as undisputed leader with brand Kingfisher that command more than 50% market share in the Indian beer segment. Then you have small cap company called Som Distillery, which is more of a manufacturer of beer for other brands. Then final segment is wine, where Sula Vineyard is an undisputed leader with more than 60% market share in the premium wine segment. Sula's Shiraz Cabernet is India's largest selling wine by value. Apart from this, there are few companies that have alcohol beverage as part of their diversified portfolio that include companies like Global Spirit, Piccadilly Agro, Associated Alcohol and Beverages, and Triveni Engineering. These companies are trying to make their presence in Indian alcohol beverage segment with launch of new products, but there's still a long way to go as brand building is a difficult task. Although Piccadilly Agro has already launched a very successful brand called Indri, which is a single malt whiskey which is a winner in many categories. Global Spirit has recently launched its first single malt whiskey brand called Doab. Then Associated Alcohol has a relationship with Diageo, which is parent company of United Spirit, as well as Inbrew, where it is involved in licensing business along with their own portfolio of IMFL products. Now here the interesting part is each company commands a different valuation. For instance, within Spirit, United Spirit has a PE of 80, Radico Khaitan PE is 108, Elite Blender PE is 3800, Tilak Nagar PE is 38. Then within beer, United Breweries PE is 120, Som Distillery PE is 25. Then within wine, Sula Wine has a PE of 44. Then companies like Global Spirit has a PE of 50, Piccadilly Agro PE is 83, Associated Alcohol PE is 31, and Triveni Engineering PE is 30. The question is, why there is such a stark difference where some companies command very expensive valuation and some company commands very low valuation? And does low valuation means the company is undervalued? Well, it's not that easy. You need to deep dive into each business to understand the reason behind their valuation and then figure out if the company is overvalued, undervalued, or fairly valued. Since it is already a long video, I am planning to do a part 2 of this video where we will deep dive into the top listed players. Okay, let's not stress this video further. We have already discussed a lot of things and it would be too much for you to digest in one go. So in this video, we discussed the alcohol beverage industry in India that include various product division, distribution structure, key growth drivers and key challenges. And then we covered the top listed players in the segment. I hope you got a fair idea of the overall industry and the current dynamics. In the next part of this video, we'll drill down further into the top listed players of India to identify the growth prospect. If you find this video useful, do share it with your friends and stay tuned for next part. Till then, take care.